Shall we begin? Hey Planet people, welcome back to my channel. It's Daenerys here and I am Planets and Tacos on Instagram and this here YouTube channel. Today I am bringing you all a plan with me, but this plan with me is going to be different. This is a voiceover and we are going to be talking about Game of Thrones instead of the stickers. So if you don't know, I rewatched Game of Thrones and I had a great time rewatching it with you all on Instagram. If you were there, I basically just would have a little commentary as I was going through the series, but it was a good time. I really enjoyed rewatching it. And so I do recommend, if you haven't rewatched it, to go ahead and rewatch it and just see all the different things you may have missed, or just to see and appreciate the characters a little more. I still hate Sansa, but for the most part, everybody else, I do have better feelings towards them. But yeah, Sansa, she still can kick rocks. I don't F with her at all. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just give a little bit of my viewpoints on it and to see how y'all felt about it. So I am using a kit from Oddloop. This kit is at least a year old because it came out when the series first ended. And I didn't pick it up during that time because I already had two kits planned for the series, for the season opening and the season ending. But I was lucky enough to get this kit in the shop recently because they was having a sale and having basically like a misfit sale. And so I got this kit and I was happy to get it because I rewatched it and I just felt like using it for when I finally finished it again. It didn't take me long to finish it. I was obsessed with it, you guys. I was watching it every single day, all day. If I was off work, I was watching it. So yeah, it was good. So because this is a voiceover, I don't have a lot of time. So I'm just going to basically just talk about a few of the characters, how I loved them, how I hated them. I'm just going to really just touch on the main characters because it's just too much. So I'm going to talk about Sansa first to get her out the way. So Sansa, rewatching the series, I had really felt for her. I really did. I always felt like she always wanted to be queen. And, you know, as a young girl, you always think about yourself as a princess, as a queen, things like that. And so I understood her, right? I felt for her because of all the things she went through, marrying Joffrey. Well, no, almost marrying Joffrey. No, did she marry Joffrey? She did marry Joffrey. Joffrey was horrible, you guys. If you never watched this series, Joffrey, he like second most hated because Ramsay might be the worst character. But Joffrey, he was Cersei's son. He was the king, or he became king when his quote unquote dad died. So he was just always horrible. He was always a liar. He was always conniving. He was just always, ugh. And so she had to deal with him and the way he acted. Then she married Tyrion. And that was a good time because Tyrion, he's always nice. Tyrion is a Lannister, but he was the good Lannister. Everybody else sucked. But Tyrion, he was always a good guy. He was always very smart. I do have feels about him too when it comes to Daenerys, but you know, whatever. So Tyrion was good, but she married him, but he did her right. But then she met Ramsay and Ramsay was horrible. And I really felt for her when she got with Ramsay because the things that she had to go through. And she met Ramsay because of Littlefinger. Littlefinger was basically like a rat, maybe. I think you could call him that. But he was horrible. And he always tried to act like he was helping you, but he wasn't. And he was just very manipulative. He was horrible, and I'm happy that he died the way he died. But yeah, so Sansa, she just always had these men in her life that just were ridiculous. And so I really have felt for her. But in the end, she just brought me back to hating her because of how she treated Daenerys, and I just did not respect her. I felt like she was always a hater, and she did not give Daenerys a chance. And if she would have gave her a chance, then I feel like things would have been different. Daenerys really deserved everything. She deserved the throne. She deserved to rule. And so, I feel like she got to the point that she was because of all the haters, and Sansa was one of them. And so I just did not like that. Sansa made a comment at the very end where all the 7 kingdoms were coming together to find one ruler. And the ruler ended up being her crippled brother. But you know what this heifer said? She said, oh no, the North, Winterfell, will not be a part of the 7 kingdoms. We're not going to be a part of that. We are going to be separate, and I'm going to be the queen. And of course, Bran, because he's her brother, was like, oh, fine, you can do that. But everybody else was okay with still being a part of the 7 kingdoms. So I just did not understand that. Anyway, we're going to move on from her because I can go on and on about how I hate Sansa. So moving on. Arya, I love her. First go round, I could care less about her. Second go round, I loved her. She went through so much, and I just feel like she deserves all the praises as well as Khaleesi. But nonetheless, I just really appreciated her character. I felt like that she was always on her toes, always on point. She just always survived, and she was a survivor for real, you guys. And so I really appreciated her character. I'm still a little salty with her when it comes to Daenerys, but overall, she was a good character. I'm so happy that she survived. I really loved how she was able to meet people, be able to just fit right in, learn from them, she had a good story. She really did. And so I really appreciated that character. Let's see. We have Bran. Bran I could deal without. Like, for him to be king in the end, Tyrion could have left me with that. Tyrion, what were you thinking? Bran the broken girl, bye. So anyway, Bran, he was whatever to me. I could not stand when he became the third eye raven. The 3-eye raven, whatever. I don't like that. I don't like Bran like that. I feel like he's just too blah. Like, I do not like that character. I mean, he ain't the worst. He ain't Sansa, but whatever. So then you have Robb. Let me talk about Robb. He's not even like a huge character, but when I tell you, rewatching this show, and I saw Robb see the girl that he marries, which is why he gets killed, I was so mad because he knew he wasn't supposed to marry that girl. That man said, I will help y'all fight these people if you marry one of my daughters. And this man go and marry somebody else. And then show up at the door with her pregnant, talking about, oh, please accept my apology. We still won. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, boo, you get killed. And he did. So that whole scene goes down as the blood wedding, or the red wedding is what it's called. The red wedding. That was a mess. But I feel like he deserved it. So that's that on that. But yeah, Robb, sir, you just had one job, and that was to marry that man's daughter and be done with it. And instead and it's funny because I think like most of his daughters were kind of ugly. And so like, he was like, hell no, he didn't want to marry them, but he was going to until he met the girl. And then when they go back to, pay their debt, they find one girl, one daughter, she was pretty. And I just thought that was so hilarious because I'm like, you could have just married her and been living life and still be living. But no, you had to do that. Let's see. We have Cersei and Jaime. We'll just put them together. So Cersei can die like she did. Well, she should have died worse than how she did, but whatever. I tried to feel for her, though, when she did the walk of shame and she went through her little situation. But Cersei was evil and she didn't deserve to live. And the way she did my boo Daenerys and how she killed her little friend. What was her friend name? I can't think of her friend's name. Matonde? I can't think of her name. But when that girl killed Khaleesi's friend like that, ooh, over with. I don't know why y'all thought Khaleesi was just gonna come over there and kill one person. She killed the whole city. We ain't even on Khaleesi yet. Okay. Cersei could go. I do feel like Cersei was just like a mom and she just wanted to rule, of course, but she wanted her family to rule and be the top people, but she was evil. And I just really felt like I wanted her to change. I really did want her to change, and she just never did. She never got better. So whatever, she's dead. Jamie, I like Jamie. Jamie was a good character. Do y'all remember when his hand got cut off? Hilarious. Anyway, Jamie was a great character. I really wish that he could have broke his ties with Cersei, because I feel like he could have really lived a good life with what was her name? The tall lady. Bran? No, Bran is the other guy. I don't remember her name, but I really wish that he could have got with her and left his sister, because he really seemed like he was going to be a better person. But unfortunately, he decided to stay with his sister and he died. So then you have Tyrion, which I'm happy he survived, because he was a great character. I really was proud of him and everything that he went through. But in the end, I really wish that he could have just believed in Khaleesi like he believed in her in the beginning. Because I just feel like everything was cool until they found out that Jon was the rightful heir. Everybody was okay with Khaleesi being the queen until they found out that Jon was the rightful heir. So I just don't understand why it had to change. There was no reason for it to change. But nonetheless, Tyrion, I really felt bad for him and everything that he went through. I hated how Joffrey treated him. I was so sad when his girlfriend did what she did. I really liked him and his girl. Can't tell if she really ever liked him. It's really hard for me to tell with that situation, but in the end, she was just a clout chaser, so she got to go. And then who else? Then you have Jon. Jon was amazing. I really wish that Jon got to be with Ingrid forever because their relationship was really cute. I loved Jon and all of his friendships. Sam, the redhead dude, I don't know his name, the other dude that he met, all the people that Jon was really close with. I really loved all his relationships with them. Jon was able to get along with everybody, and that's how people were able to make it in this series, because with him, he would meet you, talk with you, tell him about what you needed to know about, and just be upfront about it. Look, we here to kill these night walkers. Everything else can just go out the window. None of that matters, because we're all gonna die if we don't defeat this man. Unfortunately, Jon and Khaleesi, they had a little ancestral moment because they did not know that they were auntie and nephew, but I loved them together. I did. And I think I could accept it a little more, if they ended up being together. I wasn't treating it like Cersei and Jamie, because they didn't know they was damn related. So it was just so sad. I was sad, but I really think that Jon just was so amazing, and so I'm happy with his character. He did nothing wrong in my eyes other than killing Khaleesi, but he was good until the end. And then my boo Khaleesi, she just went through so much. I think her and Arya, to me, probably went through the most. because Khaleesi, she was married off at a young age. She was married off to the Calls. She didn't know nothing about their culture or anything like that. She was over there getting basically raped by her husband until she finally, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't think she never liked him, but it was just, it was an arranged marriage. So it was like, I don't know you. So when she got to know him and they became like real husband and wife, I was just so happy for them. I thought they were so beautiful. And then she was pregnant with his baby, and the way the way he just went up for his wife and his kid, it was gonna be amazing. Like he said, he puffed up his chest, was like, we gonna take that mother effing throne, and everybody, whoever is gonna come in the way can get it. And I was like, yeah, they can get it. And so I was just really happy for them. And I was sad when he died. I felt like that witch deserved to die worse than how she died. Like, I don't know what could be worse than burning alive, but I just wanted her to suffer forever. I was over her, because the witch ended up killing him. She was upset because they came and ransacked her village. And so I just felt like, he didn't do you like that, girl, so why you do that? And then Khaleesi had tried to help them. Like, she saved them from getting killed. So I just felt like that was so wrong. So I was happy she died. And I was just so sad for Khaleesi. So Khaleesi basically had to become queen and free all the slaves on her own. And she had her dragons with her. And I just loved her. She was amazing. She was freeing all these slaves, and she was just always uplifting everybody. And so the way they decided to end her story, I just feel like was so whack. I really do. Because I don't know why or how we got to the point of her having to kill all those people. Even though, me personally, I don't care. I felt like she deserved to kill all of them. All you had to do was bow down to her, and everybody could have survived. So if you're not going to bow down, then that's it. So I just feel like if they would have just did what they were supposed to do, none of this would have happened, and everybody could have lived happily ever after. But unfortunately, she decided to burn a whole city down, or a whole kingdom down. And then she got killed by Jon, but she deserved better. She deserved better than them. And so that's why Drogon, her dragon, her only dragon that was left, I don't even have time to go into all that, but her only dragon scooped her up and took on about her business. I don't know where she went, but she gone. And so I'm just really just sad that I never see Khaleesi again. I just have to remember her story. With that being said, I think that the series ended okay. When I look at the series as the story about the Starks, I'm able to appreciate the series more. I really wanted Khaleesi to be the queen of the throne. But other than that, I really think that it ended the way it was supposed to end. I felt like Arya going off on her adventure on the boats, that's her thing. I feel like Jon, he never wanted to be a king, and he went off to be nobody's leader, nobody's king with the wildlings. And so I feel like he got what he wanted. Sansa got what she wanted, to be queen. And Bran, he didn't want nothing. So I mean, whatever. He over there ruling whatever he ruling. So I just feel like the surviving Starks got what they were supposed to in the end. So that is it for this video, y'all. I hope I wasn't too over the place, because I mean, a voiceover is just super hard. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you're notified on the next planner video. And I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye.